Imagine for a moment that love was not something you had to chase, something you had to prove, or something that required you to be perfect. What if real love, the kind that endures, grows, and heals, was simply about being fully seen, flaws, vulnerabilities, and all? What if we let go of the illusions we often cling to about love and embrace something far more authentic and powerful? We live in a world where love is frequently portrayed as an idealized fantasy, a perfect union with no room for mistakes or growth. Movies and fairy tales shape our expectations of what love should look like, feeding us the idea that it should come without effort, without conflict, and without the need for deep understanding. But true love is not about perfection or perfectionism. It's about being present with each other through the ups and downs, and it's about embracing vulnerability, growth, and unconditional acceptance. Today, I want to talk about real love, the kind that goes beyond the illusions we often create for ourselves, and the kind that has the power to heal, nurture, and help us grow into the best versions of ourselves. The love that's not based on appearance, status, or expectations, but on something much deeper. Real love is often misunderstood as something flawless, an idealized connection where everything is perfect. In truth, love is not about perfection, it's about acceptance. We all have our flaws, our scars, our imperfections. These are not things to be hidden or ignored. They are part of who we are. When we embrace these imperfections, we allow ourselves to experience love in its truest form. Perfection in love is an illusion. We live in a world where we're bombarded with messages of idealized romance. Movies, books, and social media paint pictures of relationships that are effortless, always harmonious, and free from conflict. We're told that true love is supposed to be easy, that it will sweep us off our feet and fix everything. But this is not the reality of love. True love comes not in a perfect package, but through moments of vulnerability, through struggles and learning, through growth and the mutual effort of two individuals. When we begin to expect perfection, we start to place unrealistic demands on ourselves and others. We might believe that if something goes wrong, if we experience conflict or misunderstanding, then the love is somehow flawed or incomplete. But love, in its most genuine form, is about understanding that these moments of difficulty are part of the journey. They don't make the love any less real. Instead, they deepen the connection between two people, helping them learn more about each other and themselves. Love is built on the foundation of embracing imperfections, not just tolerating them, but truly accepting them. This is where the strength of a relationship lies. It's in the moments when you see the rawness of the other person, when they are at their most vulnerable and still choose to be there. It's easy to love someone when they're at their best, when they're happy, confident, and everything is going well. But real love is tested when things are hard. It's in the small moments of tenderness, the quiet understanding that exists even when life is messy. Love doesn't require perfection, it requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to show up for each other no matter what. Love is not about meeting some idealized image of a partner or a relationship. It's about sharing the journey together, accepting the imperfections, and growing through them. When two people are able to see each other not as flawless beings, but as humans with strengths and weaknesses, then that is where real love begins. The beauty of love lies not in perfection, but in the ability to stand beside each other through the good and the bad and find something beautiful in every moment, no matter how imperfect it may seem. Real love transcends superficiality. In a world that often prioritizes appearance, status, and material wealth, it can be easy to confuse surface-level attraction with deep, genuine connection. But true love doesn't thrive on these fleeting, external qualities. It isn't based on how someone looks, the job they have, or the things they can offer. Rather, it is rooted in a deeper, more meaningful bond that arises from emotional and intellectual connection. Attraction based solely on outward appearance or material possessions is shallow. These things can draw two people together initially, but they are temporary. People change over time. Physical looks will inevitably fade and material wealth can come and go. If the foundation of a relationship is solely built on these things, it won't withstand the challenges of life. True love, on the other hand, is not rooted in these transient aspects. It is built on understanding, respect, and the ability to connect on a level that goes far beyond the surface. A relationship founded on genuine love focuses on the heart and mind of the other person, not just what is visible on the outside. It's about seeing and appreciating the essence of the other person, their values, beliefs, humor, and how they view the world. Real love involves being drawn to someone's spirit, the unique qualities that make them who they are, not just the external aspects that society often values. It is in the moments when two people can communicate openly, share their thoughts, and connect emotionally that the true depth of love is experienced. Real love encourages growth. It isn't confined to a surface-level connection where one is admired simply for their appearance or what they can provide materially. Instead, it nurtures both individuals to evolve into better versions of themselves, supporting each other's dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. It allows for vulnerability and honesty, which in turn builds trust. When love is not concerned with superficialities, it creates space for authenticity, where both people can feel free to be their true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. When we chase after superficial love, we often find ourselves in relationships where we're not truly seen for who we are. We become trapped in a cycle where we feel valued only for what we can offer externally rather than for who we truly are. This can lead to feelings of emptiness because deep down we all want to be loved for our true selves, not the roles we play or the images we project. When love goes beyond the surface, it opens the door to a deeper, more meaningful relationship. It's not bound by society's standards of beauty or success, but is rooted in a mutual understanding of one another's inner worlds. This is where real love resides, not in appearances or material wealth, but in the quiet moments of true connection where both people are seen and loved for who they truly are. We often create illusions about love, imagining it to be something it's not, shaped by our desires, expectations, and the stories we tell ourselves. These illusions can be influenced by our past experiences, media portrayals, and societal ideals about romance. We envision love as something perfect, effortless, or destined to happen in a specific way. However, real love is rarely what we imagine it to be. The illusions we hold about love can cloud our understanding of what true connection really looks like, making it harder to recognize when we're in a healthy, authentic relationship. One of the most common illusions about love is the idea of love at first sight. While the initial attraction between two people can certainly be powerful, the idea that love can be instant or faded is a fantasy. Real love develops over time, built on mutual respect, understanding, and shared experiences. It's not about a single moment of magic, but about the everyday moments where two people build trust and emotional intimacy. Love is an evolving process, not something that happens instantly or miraculously. When we hold on to the illusion that love should happen quickly or effortlessly, we may overlook the importance of the hard work and patience required to make a relationship thrive. Similarly, many people harbor the illusion that love should always be easy. We're taught that true love is meant to be without conflict, without challenges, yet real love is tested during difficult times, and conflict doesn't mean that love is failing. It's often an opportunity for growth. Arguments, misunderstandings, and differences are a natural part of any relationship. When we expect that love should be free of these challenges, we can easily become disillusioned when things aren't perfect. The truth is that love is about working through differences, learning how to communicate effectively, and finding common ground. When we let go of the illusion that love is always smooth sailing, we can approach our relationships with more patience, resilience, and understanding. Another illusion is that love means having someone who will always make us happy, someone who fulfills all our emotional needs. While a loving partner can certainly bring joy and comfort, no one person can single-handedly make another happy all the time. Expecting this from a partner creates unrealistic pressure, and when they inevitably fall short, it can lead to disappointment or resentment. Real love involves emotional maturity, where both people understand that they are responsible for their own happiness, and that a relationship is about mutual support rather than seeking constant validation or fulfillment from each other. The illusions we hold about love can be deeply rooted in our upbringing, the media we consume, and our own fears and desires. These illusions often blind us to the reality that love, in its true form, is about acceptance, vulnerability, and the willingness to grow together. When we release these illusions, we open ourselves up to the possibility of experiencing love in a more authentic and fulfilling way, where we can embrace the imperfections and complexities of real relationships without expecting them to conform to idealized standards. True love doesn't fit a perfect mold, and only by letting go of these illusions can we truly experience love for what it truly is. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness in our society, something to be avoided or guarded against. However, in the context of real love, vulnerability is essential. It is through vulnerability that we truly connect with others and allow ourselves to be seen for who we are. Opening up to someone, sharing our deepest fears, desires, and dreams takes courage and trust, but it is this very act that deepens a relationship. True love cannot flourish without vulnerability because it creates a space for authenticity and emotional intimacy. Without it, relationships remain shallow and disconnected. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we are putting ourselves in a position of emotional exposure. We are revealing our most intimate thoughts, feelings, and experiences, things that can be judged or rejected. This exposure can be terrifying because it involves the risk of being hurt or misunderstood. Yet it is this very risk that makes love real. To truly love someone, we must allow them to see us in our rawest form, without the layers of protection or masks we may wear in other areas of our lives. In doing so, we invite them to see the real us, not the version we present to the world. This creates an emotional connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction or casual interaction. The vulnerability in love also leads to deeper understanding. When we share our true selves with another person, we give them the opportunity to understand us on a level that is beyond words. We allow them to see our struggles, our joys, our hopes, and our fears. And by doing so, we give them the chance to offer support, compassion, and empathy. It's through these moments of openness that trust is built. Trust cannot be formed without vulnerability. Without it, relationships remain fragile and superficial. Trust grows from the willingness to be vulnerable with one another, to take risks with our hearts and emotions, and to be there for each other through both the highs and lows. Real love doesn't expect perfection, but it does require vulnerability. It's not about having all the answers or being completely put together. Instead, it's about allowing ourselves to be human, to make mistakes, and to show up in a relationship as our authentic selves. Vulnerability allows for growth and healing, as it creates an environment where both partners can express their needs, fears, and desires without fear of judgment. It is in these moments of emotional openness that both individuals can learn from each other, support one another, and evolve together. In relationships where vulnerability is embraced, love flourishes because it is no longer built on facades or masks. It becomes a safe space for both people to show up as they are, without pretense. Through vulnerability, love becomes deeper, richer, and more fulfilling. It fosters a connection that is built on trust, understanding, and the willingness to be there for each other no matter what. Ultimately, it is this vulnerability that allows us to experience love in its truest, most profound form. Unconditional acceptance is one of the most powerful aspects of real love. It is the ability to love someone without expecting them to change or meet certain conditions to be worthy of that love. So often in life, we place conditions on our love, whether consciously or unconsciously, believing that someone has to fulfill a particular role, act a certain way, or meet specific expectations for our love to be given. However, true love doesn't work like that. It is a love that transcends all conditions, embracing the other person fully, flaws and all. When we love unconditionally, we choose to see the person for who they are, not for who we want them to be or what we expect them to become. This means accepting not only their strengths and qualities, but also their imperfections, their vulnerabilities, and the parts of them that may not align with our ideals or desires. Unconditional acceptance allows us to love someone as they are without trying to mold them into a version of themselves that fits our needs or expectations. It creates a safe and supportive environment where both partners can grow and evolve without the fear of judgment or rejection. This kind of love is rooted in empathy and compassion. It's about recognizing that no one is perfect and that everyone has their own struggles, fears, and flaws. By accepting someone unconditionally, we are acknowledging their humanity. We are saying, I love you even with all your imperfections. I will stand by you, not because you are flawless, but because I see your worth beyond what is visible on the surface. This acceptance fosters a deep sense of security in a relationship. When we know that we are loved without condition, we are free to be our authentic selves, to show our vulnerabilities, and to share parts of ourselves that we might otherwise hide for fear of judgment. Unconditional acceptance is not about tolerating bad behavior or enabling unhealthy actions, but it is about recognizing that love doesn't hinge on perfection. We all have room to grow, and real love creates space for that growth. It means offering support when the other person is struggling, encouraging them to be the best version of themselves, and standing by them during difficult times. It is about choosing to love someone in their entirety, accepting their past, their flaws, and their future potential. It's a love that does not come with a checklist or prerequisites. It is a love that says, I am here no matter what. In relationships where unconditional acceptance exists, both individuals feel seen and valued for who they are. There's no fear of being rejected or not measuring up, because the love they share isn't contingent on meeting specific standards. It's a love based on mutual respect and understanding, where both people feel safe to express themselves fully without fear of being judged or criticized. Unconditional acceptance allows both partners to thrive as individuals while also deepening their bond as a couple. It creates a relationship where both people can be vulnerable, honest, and open, knowing that they are accepted exactly as they are. This acceptance is transformative. It has the power to heal old wounds, build trust, and foster deeper emotional intimacy. In the absence of judgment and expectations, love becomes pure and genuine, and both individuals are able to flourish in a space of compassion and care. When we practice unconditional acceptance, we elevate the relationship to a level where both people feel truly loved, supported, and valued. Real love is a powerful catalyst for growth and healing, not only within the individual, but also within the relationship as a whole. When two people genuinely love each other, that love creates a foundation of support and encouragement, providing the space needed for each person to evolve and become the best version of themselves. This growth isn't just about becoming a better partner, but also about cultivating self-awareness, emotional resilience, and a deeper understanding of one's purpose in life. Real love nurtures this kind of growth by offering the acceptance and care needed to confront challenges, face insecurities, and overcome personal struggles. Love, at its core, is a healing force. It allows us to heal from past wounds, be they emotional, physical, or psychological. The love and support that we receive from another person can provide the comfort and reassurance we need to process our pain and move forward. It gives us the strength to let go of past hurts and release any fears or doubts that may have held us back. When someone truly loves us, they give us permission to be vulnerable, to admit when we're hurting, and to seek help when we need it. This vulnerability, supported by unconditional love, creates the perfect environment for healing to take place. In these relationships, we learn that we don't have to face our struggles alone, and that being open and honest about our pain can lead to growth rather than weakness. In addition to healing, real love encourages self-improvement. It challenges us to push past our comfort zones, to break through old habits, and to confront the aspects of ourselves that we might be avoiding. A loving partner becomes a mirror, reflecting both our strengths and our flaws. Their love doesn't merely affirm our current state, it encourages us to strive for something greater. This love doesn't settle for mediocrity, but helps us reach new heights, not by pushing us to change in ways we don't want, but by motivating us to reach our fullest potential, offering encouragement and patience along the way. Through their belief in us, we often come to believe in ourselves more deeply. Real love nurtures emotional maturity. It teaches us how to communicate effectively, how to deal with conflict in a healthy manner, and how to express our feelings without fear of judgment. It helps us develop empathy, patience, and understanding for the other person's needs and emotions. These emotional skills are crucial for both personal development and the growth of the relationship itself. As both partners grow emotionally and intellectually, they are able to engage in deeper, more meaningful conversations and create a bond that is built on mutual respect, trust, and love. The healing and growth that occur in a loving relationship aren't always easy. They often require introspection, confronting difficult truths, and making changes that can be uncomfortable. However, these challenges are part of the process, and the strength of the relationship lies in how both people handle them together. Real love doesn't shy away from difficulties, it embraces them as opportunities for both individuals to evolve. Through this shared journey of growth and healing, love becomes stronger and more resilient. When two people are willing to grow together through both the triumphs and the struggles, they create a partnership that is not only enduring but deeply fulfilling. Real love is not a perfect, idealized fantasy, but a deep and transformative connection that transcends illusion and superficiality. It is built on acceptance of imperfection, on vulnerability, and the willingness to grow and heal together. Love is about embracing the authentic self, loving beyond expectations or conditions, and standing by one another through life's challenges. It is a force that nurtures growth, encourages self-improvement, and creates a safe space for both individuals to evolve into their best versions. True love, when experienced in its purest form, is about being present for each other, not for what we want the other person to be, but for who they truly are. It is through this deep, genuine connection that love becomes not only a bond, but a path to healing and personal transformation. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on these thoughts about love. I wish you all the best as you continue your own journeys of love, growth, and understanding. May you always find the strength to embrace love beyond illusion, and may it guide you toward fulfillment and happiness in all your relationships. Good luck, and thank you for your attention.